Hello everyone, it's Maria here from Pepperly Rose Paper Crafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Sydney, Australia. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'd like to thank those that watch and subscribe to my channel and comment and provide support. I really do appreciate it very, very much, and it really does help to keep me going. And also those that buy from me, thank you so much. I appreciate that immensely, and it helps to keep this content going on this channel. So today I'm going to feature an interesting card. Basically I'm going to be featuring the Best Bunny stamp set and the matching punch, which can be bought as a bundle in our annual catalogue, or they can be bought separately. The card I'm making today is a surprise slider card where the head of the bunny comes out. Now this is my prototype, and if you can see, it is really, really flat and there is no visible tracks on here at all whatsoever. The magic is all underneath, and it is super simple to make. Now this is an A6 size. The size I'm making today though is a 4x4 card. It'll be very different, but just have to keep in mind that whatever we do here, we have to have a gap underneath here to make sure that this bunny can slide in and out. So I will go through this all with you step by step. So just be warned, it will be a video that is longer today, but I think it'll be well worth it. I'll just move my camera a little bit to make sure it's straight. Alright, so to begin with, I'm going to be using a basic black card base, which is 4 inches across by 8 inches and scored at 4. So I'm just going to fold and burnish that score line. I'll just use that part. Okay. Then I'm going to use a piece of 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 square cardstock there. You'll need a piece of 3/4 of an inch by 4 basic black strip of cardstock there, and you will also need 5, let's find the other 2, 5 pieces of Whisper White cardstock, which is 1/2 inch by 4. So you'll need 5 of these, and this is all that will be made to make the tracks underneath here, so you can slide your rabbit in and out easily. Also, you will need a piece of scrap, I forgot what it's called, pineapple punch cardstock, and we're also going to be using a 3/4 inch circle punch. So we'll get started on this project. First and foremost, we are going to stamp the images. I'm going to use the Stamparatus for that, and I've got a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock so I can stamp my images. So I'll just bring out my my Stamparatus there, and we'll get started. Now with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the stamp of the rabbit's head in such a way that makes it easy for me to use the punch. So as you can see, the punch is at slightly at an angle. I'm going to do the same towards the bottom of the cardstock there, and I'm going to use the hat image as well. So the hat there and the bunny, and we're going to stamp that in Memento Tuxedo black ink. So I'll just bring that out. As I said, this will be a longer video, but I think well worth it and lots of fun. So stamp that down the bottom. That turned out pretty good. And then I'm going to wipe that down, take those off. Got some ink even underneath, and I didn't even go underneath. How funny is that? Then I have got, the bunny comes with faces. So you have one like that, like that. I'm going to use the one that's winking because I think it's super cute. So I'll just position it on here where I would like it. And I'm using the Stamparatus because I just don't want to muck it around. I just want to get it over and done with quickly, first time, and not waste materials, etc. by making mistakes. So that's why I'm doing that. And I'm going to stamp that now. So you have the bunny winking. Isn't it cute? Alright, so I'll take this away for now. Just keep it a wipe, sorry. Alright, take that away. And whilst I have it on here, I'm just going to heat set this with my heat tool and I will be back. So I'm going to do some colouring on this. So just bear with me. I've just quickly heat set that with my Memento Tuxedo Blank and with my heat tool. And I'm going to do some colouring. And I'm going to use my watercolour pencils. And it's going to be relatively simple, but yeah, I'm going to enjoy doing this one. Alright, so what I will do with this video though is I will speed it up as I'm colouring. Okay, so I will take you down and I'll just start using my watercolour pencils. I've just got like a fleshy pink colour, so I'm going to bring you close so you can see what I'm doing. And we'll get started. Okay, so I've just finished now colouring in these images, and I don't mind that it has like a bit of texture from the pilling, so it looks like it's material. That's my, yeah, that's my take on that. But I'm going to put these away now, my watercolour pencils, and we're going to cut these images out. With the bunny, I'm just going to use my punch. Just finished now cutting both of my images out, and I'll bring them up close for you to have a look at them. Aren't they cute? Alright, so with our 3 3/4 inch panel, it's going to be the same as this, where there is no bulk and there's a secret slider, so you don't see any tracks at all whatsoever on the front piece. Now this is rubbish cardstock that I bought, so I can do these kinds of prototypes before I actually use my good Stampin' Up cardstock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the hat in the middle. This is just for positioning, just to let you know. And the rabbit is going to go underneath that, obviously. But I have to make sure that I have a little bit of a gap underneath, so when I put my tab down, there is room. So I'm going to put, I think, my cut mark in the middle around there. Okay, so I've worked it out. I did all this preparation yesterday and the day before, and I couldn't quite work it out. So I'm going to put this onto my my Stampin' Cutter, and with this I'm going to cut 2.5 centimeters, or in other words 1 inch, a little slit right across where I would like it, so around roughly there. So I'll just get my cutter and I will measure 1 inch, so it's around there. So you will have a 1 inch slit, just like that. That's all that is. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to colour this panel, and I'm going to use my craft sheet. So I'm going to do all of this before I stick things down and what have you. So I've decided the colours I'm going to use today are Mango Melody and Pineapple Punch. So I'm going to use my trusty makeup brushes. To do is I'm going to do some heat embossing on this. So to start off with, I'm just going to bring in my hat and my rabbit, and the rabbit is just going to pop out just like that out of the hat, very slightly. Okay, so I'm going to add on here some embossing, and I'm going to do some stamping as well. So for one thing, I want to use the word surprise, which comes with the set. And the surprise I'm going to put over here, like that. So I'm going to grab my Stamparatus. I'll take away that rabbit and the hat, rabbit head. And I'm going to ink it up in Memento Tuxedo Black. Okay, just stamp that on and have the word surprise. Isn't that cool? And then I'm going to get rid of my Stamparatus after I clean it, because I don't want to get ink everywhere. Then I'm going to rub my embossing buddy over the top of that. Okay, so I have just finished heat embossing this, and it looks really cute. And I love this on the black, because then it really, really pops. So what we're going to do now is going to be the more tricky but not necessarily hard part. So with the hat, what we have to make sure is that we cover the slit. So basically I measured across the hat but slightly less. So it basically covers the rim of the hat because that's the widest point. So as you can see there, it covers that. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue the hat right just underneath, the rim just goes just underneath the curved part of the hat. So the cut is like that. Do you get what I'm saying here? So it looks like that. So you don't see the cut at all. It is completely hidden. So I'll just grab my glue and I'm going to glue down the hat, but not up the top here, just, I'll show you where here. And it's very hard to explain in words. So I'm glad I'm doing this as a video. All right, so we're going to put the hat, as I said, just under the hat, just underneath that cut. Only just, you don't even see it, like that, okay? So that's what it looks like there. So I'll just stick that down for a moment. It's been raining today here, so things take a little bit longer to dry than usual. So yeah, it was pouring with rain this morning and now it just stopped. So it looks like that. How cool is this? I love it. All right, now the bunny head, I want it to be just peeking up, but not too much, because we've got to have enough room for the bunny to go underneath. If you can see there, that small amount of part, that we want that part to be underneath, not coming up, because if it comes up then it falls out. So we're going to put that bunny there. And what we're going to do with one of our pieces, so we're going to have five of these 1/2 inch by 4. We're going to use one of these, and what we're going to do is we are going to cut a tiny piece like that. It doesn't have to be a particular measurement, just a tiny piece so that it can go where that bunny head is just peeking through, as you can see there. So we're going to apply a little bit of glue. I'm going to put the bunny down a little bit so you can see. So we're going to work from behind now. So we're going to add a little bit of glue just on the bottom of that head with that small piece of cardstock. Actually, that's a little too small. We'll make it a little bit longer. So say about 1/2 inch or so, all right? Or 3/4. And then we'll just stick it right under to cut there. A 3/4 inch, just a small 3/4 inch piece of cardstock, just a small strip. So I've just got one here that's roughly, how long will it be? So roughly about 3.5 inches long. I'm going to cut one to 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to use this side here, and I'm going to cut that to 3/4 of an inch. It doesn't have to be precise, but it is just according to how wide you want to have your strip here, your pull tab, okay? So with this 3/4 piece now, what I'm going to do is I am going to trim off a little bit of this because it's a little too long now. Just a slither, just about that much. Then I'm going to add the 3/4 piece of cardstock right on top of that there. But I'm not going to stick it down on the head, just below. Oh, actually, yeah, just above here. So what I'll do is I will cut, say about an inch, to make it an inch, say. Okay, so 3/4 by an inch roughly. Glue over there. And just stick it right over the top of that. What it does is eventually it kind of acts like a stop, to stop when we would do the pull tab, to stop it from going too far up, if that makes any sense. So this is too long, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut it off there. It's too long. Maybe roughly this size would be better. So this size would be, let me see now, so it's 3/4 by, I'll just get my trimmer because I don't have a ruler here, around 1 1/4 inches, okay? So just say 1 1/4 by 3/4, just to be, you know, overly precise. So I'll do roughly that. So I'll cut that off and trim that off down. So I'll give you the right measurements there. Done. Okay, so it's roughly that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add the pull tab over the top, but what I want to do is sort of do it halfway. Put this actually all the way up. Put the black part, whichever is your decorative part of the pull tab. I'm going to put it right to the edge there. So I'm going to add glue on top of that strip there. All right. And put my pull tab right there. So I've got to give it a little bit of time for it to dry. So to put this in there, you put the bunny ears through that hole. See that? You put both the bunny ears through and it goes like that. See that? And then it slides in and out, in and out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make this go right down until you can just see the bunny ears peek through. Turn it over, and with our 3/4 pieces here that I cut earlier, what we're going to do is we're going to cut like a stop. So this will go across like that and like that. We'll double it up. We'll make them the same size. So this is just rough stuff. It doesn't have to be overly precise, but just enough to stop it down the bottom there. So we're going to put glue. I'm going to stick this right on top of each other, and I want them even so that this doesn't get caught when it goes up and down. So there's bits here that are not 100% trimmed, so I'm going to trim them very, so they're precise, so there's nothing to get caught. See that? Okay. So this is roughly just about 1 inch, okay? So it's 1 inch by 1/2. So that was one of the strips. So make sure it's still there like that. Yep. So this will stop it from going down. So I'm going to add my doubled up pieces there of cardstock with the 1/2 inch by 1 inch roughly. And I'm going to put it right underneath my pull tab. See, so it's right underneath, so it acts like a stop. Then I'm going to add my 1/2 inch by 4 pieces of cardstock, and I'm going to put glue on them. I'll end up doing now is trimming off these bits. What we will do now, as you can see that? So it acts like barriers as if they are dimensionals or you know, a foam tape, but instead you just have 2 layers of Whisper White cardstock, and it acts like a stopper and it acts like a track, if I can explain it like that. So then your bunny then has freedom to move up and down. What I'll do now as well is there's these bits of the hat. I'm going to add glue right on the edges, just on the right on the edge. Did I put glue on there? Let's see. And there. Just right on the edge, right on the edge there, and there. I'm going to hold that down. with the ears down, because that's with the widest point. So just right there, I'm going to hold that down because this will keep the rabbit from popping out. So I'll just hold that there for a few seconds. Perfection. All right, oops, and it slipped right through, because what I need to do is now glue this down. And here's the brilliant thing. You glue down everywhere except for where the track is, okay? So we're going to apply glue here, here, all over here, all over this, and here. So we'll bring our card base press over well on the tracks as well, where the tracks are, because this is what will stop it from moving in and out for you. So I'll just press it down a little bit more. Okay, so check it out, isn't that cute? I've got a little piece of paper there that keeps driving me nuts. I'm going to cut that off. There we go. Trim that off. There we go. Check that out. So try not to pull too far up. And there you have it. So with this now, I want it, I want to have a little pull tab. So what I'll do is I'll trim a little bit off. So about that much to start off with. I've got my 3/4 inch circle punch, and I'm going to get, I was going to use pineapple punch, but then it'll blend too much. So I'm going to get some real red cardstock. Bear with me for a second. Some real red cardstock. I'm going to cut a 3/4 inch circle from that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to angle this circle halfway, and it just covers the pull tab, so it's really good, so people know to pull on it. So I'm just going to burnish that score line we just did there. So what we're going to do is we're going to add glue on the inside of that circle. And just put it over the top. Make it go on the other side. Just make it go on the other side because I preferred the way this looked this way. Okay, and then we're just going to stick that right down. Okay, my battery's running out, so bear with me. I'm back. I've just had to plug in my camera because it was running out of ink. So this is all done, finally. But if you see that now, it's really flat, and you don't see, when you pull out the tab, there's no tracks, there's nothing. And that's why I love this, this card a lot. So you can see that. Beautiful. So the inside, we can't leave it like this. So I'm going to get a piece of 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 inch square cardstock. So let's see if that works. 3 3/4. Yep. Okay, so this one's a bit off, so I've got to cut another one. So I'll cut this in half, use that for a card base somewhere else. And we'll go 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And I'm just going to give my track a bit of a clean. And you see, it gets rid of lint. See that? That's the stuff that makes your cuts rubbish. If you keep cleaning it, and if you've done the WD-40 trick, which I will link to that video, you will see how well it works. So, all right. So before we put this down, what we're going to do is we're going to stamp those little party images there. And there's a happy birthday to you. So I'm going to stamp the happy birthday to you in the middle. And I'm just going to stamp on either side of the sentiment there, diagonally. So I'll just do a stamp here and here. Isn't that gorgeous? Look how cute that is. Wow. And then I'm going to use the confetti image, and I'm going to use some Mango Melody for that. So I'll use some Mango Melody, and we'll go like that and like that. And how cute is that? And I'll bring it up close. How cute is that? Love it. Alright, so I'll just clean up my stamp, put that away. And I'm going to bring my card base back, and I'm going to stick this down with some glue. You can use whatever adhesive you like and have on hand. Stick that on there. And the card is now done. So, to recap, it's best to have your tracks that you make with 2 layers of cardstock and the stopper where you want the image to stop going down. If you don't have a stopper, this will just go right down, and then once it's been adhered, you can't get it out again and fix it unless you rip the whole thing apart. So this is the best way I found to do this kind of flat card and have the image pop up like that. And maybe as a tip too, have 2 layers of this because it does get caught. For the pull tab, make it a little stronger, but this is quite good anyway. So there we go. Isn't that cute? Look, ta-da! I love this card, and I hope you do too. I hope you found the instructions good, and that's the inside there, just gorgeous. Yeah, I hope you like it. As I said, this is a design that I kind of struggled with, but I'm glad in the end I managed to do it, and there's no dimensional adhesives, and it's really flat, and it kind of looks magical to me. And there's no tracks either, so I quite like this. You can use this principle on any size card. As you can see, I did my rough one in A6, so that's the difference between an A6 and a 4x4. And again, you have to adjust, like the pull tabs, they have to be the length of your card, but then you only put them to the bottom of the image, if that makes any sense, like we did before. So I hope you found the instructions helpful. And I hope you like this card. If you have any questions, just don't hesitate to give me a buzz on my with some questions below this video, or you can always as well contact me through my online store. If you want to purchase any of these items that I featured today, the Best Bunny stamp set and the punch, just go through my online store at pepperlyrose.stampinup.net. Thank you all so much for watching and powering through this long video, but I hope you've enjoyed it, and we shall see you again soon. Bye!